do you want to say hi to your girlfriend? And I only ask you that because I asked Raid on the same thing before we ended. I feel like it's a nice thing. People like to do shout outs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell you love her and you'll see her.
I'll see you soon.
You guys aren't on at the L word yet?
No.
Oh, this is way too early.
She left her toothbrush in my house.
Oh, she's nesting.
She's nesting.
I saw it, I was like,
She just wants to make sure there's no other bitches to see that.
We're also marking territory.
I respect that.
You know, and that happened to me a few times. But here's the thing. I was always too stupid to realize it. I just think it was like my son's toothbrush or something. I'd be like, when the fuck does he have a pink toothbrush? Whatever. And then when I did start getting serious with my current wife, you know, I call her my wife, she's my girlfriend, but my wife. She found all these things. Panties under the bed, fucking, you name it, lotions, you know what I'm saying? Like perfumes, like just that have been collected over the last year. You have me, you know, being a fucking dog. And then she finds them all. And luckily she's cool as fuck and knows that I'm a retard because there was dust on top of the panties. But yeah.
What's better than a dusty pair of panties you pull out from under the bed when you're cleaning?
What the fuck are these? I was like, I don't know, but put them back. I need those.
What's better than that?
Like that was really what saved me, was the cake dust on top of the
takes you down memory lane for a second.
Like,
like,
let me smell those.
Whose are?
Yes.
Whose are these? Then you start thinking about the night.
I still had no clue whose panties they were, but you know, whatever.
That's nice. I'm trying to find some dusty panties in my crib when I go back home to Chicago.
I'm sure there are.
I hope there are.
Well, alright. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to
Let's go, Stros!
the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so
He's just
thin.
got what do those give you? Those give you popcorn lung.
Allegedly, they put holes in your lung.
Popcorn lungs. Yeah, we're live, baby. We're live. And I got to remember to do this. It's on my mind at the top of the episode. If you're enjoying what's going on here, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Drop a little comment. If you're a female, because we know that the female views skyrocket when Mr. Ease shows up, just give us a little like, you know? I know it's really hard to get bitches to like.
Give it a like. You might show a nip.
Like, or like, just give us a little something. They like to play the background and watch from afar.
They're watching this on mute for sure, just to see the kid.
They're just fucking flicking the bean.
Flicking the bean.
All right, yeah. Make sure that happens. Episode 70. We're back with the kid. Finally, we got the whole squad together.
Whole gang is here, baby.
And I'm excited. There's some big announcements. Silas is he's retired from the streets. He's
you got a girl,
officially found love.
He? It's a guy? Oh, I was about to say, we got some big announcements today.
I'm not gay currently.
Strategy is, it's okay.
Yeah. It's enough for the three of us. But no, we'll see how it's going. I'm trying to get out of the street.
Let me see this mic real quick. There we go.
Jesus Christ.
We could probably
We're back.
hear you through our mics.
Yeah, the audio will be there a little bit, but we're on. We're good to go.
I'm trying, I'm trying to take the exit, get on the off ramp. I'm trying to get out of the streets for sure.
Well, it is that time of year. In Chicago, we call this cuffing season.
Yeah.
As it gets colder, you get a boo to, you don't want to be out in the streets in the cold.
It's definitely way rougher to emerge from the house looking for a little piece of pussy in the low 30s.
Yeah.
There's nothing that really makes you want
the caliber of women that are out in the 30s, it's not wifey material, let's just say.
Yeah, well, what is wifey material? Because
let's ask Silas, because he found one.
She can't be annoying. That's like my number one rule for sure.
I think that's a good rule.
That's a good start. Can't be annoying.
Yeah, because you're not going to be able to stay in the house with a girl who's fucking annoying.
Yes.
You're going to be like fucking Tom Brady and going back to the league to get the fuck away from her.
Yeah, that's like the biggest turnoff.
Look at this guy's got sports references, bro. He's showing me sports memes last night.
After
Cosmo told me he was cheering for the Astros, bro. What's going on with you?
Since the World Series have been going down, I've been playing through commercials a little bit more than usual.
Yeah.
So I've decided to take a little bit of liking to it, and I got to be honest, it's not horrible. It's not fucking horrible. It's pretty bad, but it's not horrible.
You're into it.
Go Stros.
I'll be, and if we win Saturday and we clinch the World Series, or we clinch it, we fucking win it, right? then I'll probably go back to hating sports and building cars.
Are you going to wear your Astros hat on Saturday? Some might say that is the only reason that they won yesterday.
That's what I'd like to believe. But
the playoffs is a very superstitious, like, if you wore that underwear and they won, you better wear that underwear again.
Yeah, baseball in general is very superstitious.
Yeah, Cosmo kept being like, all right, we have to put our hats backwards. Have to put our hats. I'm like that means any fucking thing to this game. Our irrelevant asses in Houston. Well, this thing's happening in Philly. But you know what? They won, so maybe there is some truth to it. Who the fuck knows?
It's the energy, dog. It's that energy that you release. You know what I'm saying?
Cosmo said he's bringing a throwback jersey for me to wear for the World Series game.
Size medium?
Medium. No, he said he's got an extra large.
Wow.
It's from back in the day when he would wear like baggy clothes, I think.
Okay.
So it's just enough to fit around my big belly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You'll be locked in.
We'll be locked in, and we'll win the World Series. Calling it now.
That would be tight. It's a home game, right? It's in Houston.
Yeah.
And
on a Saturday night. It could go down. It could be a really exciting night.
I hope it happens. Now, they won recently, right?
2017.
Okay. Yeah.
They cheated, but they won.
That's why they call them cheaters. But we're not going to get into that because this isn't a sports podcast. This is a podcast about penises.
Yeah, and if we're talking
when's the last time you jerked off?
Today.
Okay, good.
What?
You passed.
See,
you don't want to come through with a loaded gun? I respect it.
You can't go to work on a loaded gun. It's never a good thing.
For you, like you say, if you jack off in the morning, that's like you're a dirtbag the rest of the day.
Yeah.
For me, I like get all the evil out. I'm like, okay, now I can go about my day and like get shit done like a normal person.
I could see that argument. If
That's
works for you,
that's what I do.
yeah,
Drain the poison.
Yeah, but like, we've had this discussion before. Don't you just sometimes afterwards you're like, I shouldn't have done that.
Well, yeah, I feel depressed for
Yeah.
sure, but I don't feel horny. So I'm not horny and depressed.
So you're trading one feeling for another.
Exactly. See, as a non-single man, I don't want to be walking around with a loaded gun.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's a dangerous game.
I'm trying to be good. So I got to drain the poison.
I'm always
I'm
concealed
on your
and
side.
carrying.
Yeah. So how long have you been with this unsaid female?
I hate
Love
that.
is love, bro.
Come on, don't hide it.
It's
Like-
like I've known her for a while. for
It's
sure.
you know when one of your boys starts to fall and you hit them, oh, what are you doing? And then they don't answer in a timely
That's
manner.
weird. I hope he's okay.
You know that he's spending time with her. He doesn't have his phone, and it's a beautiful thing. I respect it. I love it. I wish that I could find a female where I felt that way. But it's those telltale signs of your boy on his way to the grave.
Not to the grave, just a transformation to the other side, with his testicles still intact. So let's talk the biggest fucking news today:
Yeah, let's talk about it.
the new Drake album. Thank God we have been blessed with a new Drake album that doesn't suck like the last one.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And I don't know if this is the weed because I just started smoking again after Sober October and I'm getting like super high, and music is incredible when you're super high. So I listened to it on the Stairmaster today, got blasted, threw it on, and it fucks hard. Drake's
fucks real
got
hard.
crazy bars. The beats are insane. There's a lot of fucking great samples.
I love that sampling, that they're bringing it back, and like you don't really hear sampling in trap music too much, but they've done it and it's done well.
Yeah, 100%.
Rewind a little bit. The last album wasn't terrible. The concept was great, but the production was awful.
Which makes it a terrible album.
What was the concept?
Good intentions.
Just him trying to, make a dance album, but like he should have went with house producers, not.
Well, I think he had a Chocolate Puma on there, right?
Yeah.
Couple reputable.
But if you would have put like Chris Lake or
that would've-
House or
yeah.
someone on there, like,
But
it
I
would've been
think-
insane.
I almost think that those producers are so good that it would have outshined his bars or singing or whatever it was, because like
Whatever you want to call it.
whatever you want to call that fucking regurgitated bullshit. No, I didn't completely hate it, but I think that like because how do I put this the right way? Chris Lake, I don't want to say is overproduced because I think his music's fucking perfect, but like it has a lot of depth to the music, which kind of draws you away from the vocals. It's like you almost got to dial it back into something a little bit simpler, which is kind of what he did.
But I think it would be cool to maybe see if they did work together, maybe, in Chris Lake's mind, he's making a solo track. He's got 150 tracks, layers of shit tracked out, whatever. If he's doing it with Drake in mind,
Yeah.
maybe he's taking some of those out and letting Drake fill in that space or something.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
He's
Like,
definitely capable. I
that
think,
could be sick.
for sure.
That could be tight.
We'll never know. But the new album is great.
Yeah.
The new album is fucking fire.
And it's the first couple hip hop tracks where they're, you know, that ever since Sicko Mode came out, they do that weird switch up
yeah.
always. It's like a new thing. And Sicko Mode was cool. They definitely did it the best. Everything else since then
The Future and Drake
is
one
not
was
it.
trash.
Yeah, it's not it. But
Family Ties sucked.
there was a couple switch ups on this one that I was like, okay,
It was
that's
cool.
tough.
It was just enough in the beginning for you to be like, wait, what's gonna happen? Because it's almost like not that all the beats sound exactly the same, even though it kind of do, but they kind of need a little bit of breath if you're listening to it as one body of work. So you need those interludes. You need those little switch ups to kind of like refresh your ear. You know what I'm saying? Reset your. So when that beat hits in, you're just like, oh fuck, here we go.
and it was the couple ones that I caught that I liked. It felt like, okay, it's this weird point, you know, like, oh, the music just stopped. We just went in a weird direction. What's going on here? You're kind of like waiting for it. And then Drake would come in singing something almost like funny and captivating rather than some shitty vocal sample from fucking after party at the studio that got recorded. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually has intent in grabbing you from that fall.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think it's I don't it's too early to say 10 out of 10, but like I probably listened to it 3 times today, and on the way here I was listening to it again, and like I was picking up on like some bars that I had missed, like I'm pushing P, y'all pushing PTSD and shit. I'm like he went off.
He went in.
I almost feel like that last album was like, you know, like in boxing, they like kind of do like a jab before they hit you with that right hook.
Okay.
That last album was kind of catch people off their feet so he could come in with this. Because he knew it was coming and we know it's coming because the Jimmy Cooks was the last song on the album, right? Made no sense to the rest of the album, but it was kind of like a teaser. You know, like at the end of movies, they'll give like a teaser to the next, you know, Marvel flick or whatever.
That's cool.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was kind of like that. He was like, all right, don't leave me yet. I'm trying something different, but I'm still Drake.
Yeah.
And I still
bit.
hold the fucking crown.
It's like coffee beans, like it's like a palate refresher sort of thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I love that, you know, that whole era of music that we've talked about on this show that we've pretty much deemed corny. The Sean Kingston and that whole era, that Icona Pop. I love it. I think that even though the Daft Punk One More Time shit is older than that stuff, it's still in that vein of that exact music that we talk about on here. Is like, that's what's hot right now. Right. That's what people want to hear. They want to consume like happy-go-lucky shit. And there's got to be something in his mind that knows that to sample it for the radio track.
But
you know?
he also, I mean, it's a brave move to sample Daft Punk. You know what I'm saying? That's like sampling Fela Kuti. Like, not many people can pull it off, but I think they pulled it off well. And it didn't sound like he was trying to be Daft Punk. It sounded like he was just taking that little melody, you know what I'm saying, and letting it ride the beat.
Yeah, when he flipped the vocals and sang the fuck, I don't know what he said. I was so high listening to it. It was so good. But when he, like, what's the breakdown in One More Time where they sing, one more time, I'm gonna celebrate.
Yeah.
Like, when he reflipped that and changed the words and shit, that shit was fire, bro.
It was fire. A lot of Adderall references. So I think that maybe they were taking Adderall, you know, because I got to be honest. If I was a rapper and I was writing or freestyling or whatever, I'd be on Adderall 24/7. Because think about how fucking clear your thoughts are to come out. To come up with bars, it's a fucking cheat code.
Yeah, I've never done an Adderall, and I'm scared to do one because everyone talks so good about it.
It's kind of like that, you know that movie where he takes the miracle pill and it makes him like limitless. It's kind of like that, but it shrinks your dick.
That's how everyone describes it, bro. And it's like, it's terrifying.
It's called AD dick. That's what we call it. I know you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't done ADD since high school.
Okay, but
I haven't done Adderall.
You're right. So my dick was already small, so I don't know.
Exactly.
No, but I swear to God, I think it takes all the blood out of your body and pumps it in your brain, leaving nothing left for the dick.
What if you took a Viagra and Adderall?
I think it would offset because
That's when
you only have so
explode.
much blood.
You just feel normal?
We've discussed this on this podcast. I remember making a clip of it.
Oh, okay. So that I mean, I don't know if I've ever tried that. I think I have, but...
You've definitely taken an Adderall and a Cialis.
Well, I don't take Adderall that much.
No.
Like I've probably done it once.
When
in,
would you? When
5
would you
years.
do it? What calls for an Adderall?
Well, when I used to be in sales, I would take Adderall because I was like, oh, I'm outsmarting these motherfuckers. I'm shutting down their rebuttals before they can even think of them. You know what I'm saying? And it worked. But for me, I don't like it because I get like really bad like side effects other than the dick shrinkage. I get like fucking hot flashes the next day, and I'll get like a super bad headache when I'm coming down. I feel like a fucking vegetable. It's not, to any kid watching, it's not the most perfect thing. You know what I'm saying? But it has its perks.
Yeah, it's a tool, baby. Like any other.
Any kid watching,
substance.
God, I pray for your soul.
Any kid that grows up on this program is going to be a goddamn good one.
That's true. We might change the future.
That's what I'm hoping.
A future
for.
president could be watching this.
Yeah, maybe about 1,700 episodes in or something.
Yeah.
But we're on the way. Episode
Which you
70.
didn't even announce what episode it was.
I did. Episode 70, we announced
Okay, I wasn't listening.
the death of Mr. Ease.
No, there's a
RIP.
Mrs. Ease. The birth of Mrs. Ease.
Mrs. Ease, yeah.
Has she has she changed her Instagram name to Mrs. Ease yet?
I don't know what y'all are
You
talking.
gotta wait till it's official. It's too early to call
It
it.
is too early.
So like my friend group, anytime that somebody took any sort of liking to a girl, it was a wrap. Like we would straight up fuck with him and her. Like I remember one of my girlfriends who we're in that in between area for so long that we love to fucking try and stay in for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Don't make it official, this and that, you know what I mean? One time I took her out for Valentine's Day. I come back to the crib and my boys had went to Walgreens, got a fucking heart chocolate thing. They got a bottle of wine. They got a card and they wrote a card from me to her and put it on my bed, bro. And I came home and she was like, I remember being in the fridge and she was like, oh my God, this is so sweet. And I was like, hold the fuck up. What? I go in my room and I see it. I know immediately that my boys are like behind the fucking in the stairway looking over the corner of the wall. It was ridiculous.
Did you write it out though?
I mean, I told her, oh, you know, that's funny. We all had a good laugh. But
you fucked up.
But then immediately after we had the conversation, like she was fed up. That was the tipping point. That was the straw that
Your
broke.
boys
the
are
camel's
roasting
back.
me for being with you. So what are we doing?
Yeah.
I personally would have written it out. I don't know. Wrote it
You would
out
have took credit for it?
for sure. I'd be like, you know, baby.
I got you.
I'm that guy because it's not gonna happen again. So she might as well enjoy it.
That's funny. This girl, she asked me, she's like, what's your favorite holiday? I'm like, what? And she's like, mine's Valentine's Day. I'm like,
Coming up.
the fuck?
She's like, and my second favorite holiday is Sweetest Day.
Yeah.
and National Girlfriend Day and any other fucking made up holiday Hallmark decides to hit us with. Every fucking year they hit us with another holiday. How the fuck can you even know what's coming? You have to have a calendar for this shit.
Yeah.
And it has to send you like notifications. Because my girl will be like, wow, you didn't post me for National Lover's Day. And I'm like, what the fuck is a Lover Day? I don't even know that exists.
Yeah. Someone just makes a meme and all of a sudden it's a real day.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need. You make a meme, anything's real.
Yeah.
So that's the world we live in.
Yeah, whoever was in charge of marketing Valentine's Day, though, killed it for sure.
Yeah. Shout out to
Hallmark?
Cupid Valentino for that one. That did leave us with a great album. Speaker Box Low Below.
True.
Best Valentine's album ever.
Is that a Valentine's album?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Valentine's Day. Okay, you guys don't fucking know, so I'm not going to sing it for you. But do your due diligence and research it. Listen to it on Spotify. It's a great album. When I was working at Tower Records back in fucking 03 or something like that.
You're old as fuck.
Old as fuck.
Yeah, I am old as fuck. That's a fact. That album came out, and I was in shipping and receiving. And for some reason, I would always listen to that fucking album over and over and over and over.
Did you steal it?
I stole Ludacris Chicken and Beer. I stole some scratch records because they were like fucking $30 and I was making like $8 an hour. So I'm like, I'm going to fucking steal shit. But I had to be swift about it because they had cameras, you know? So there's a trash bin that was right next, like, and shipping and receiving, the albums would come in, the CDs, you know, and we would like put QR code, whatever the fuck you call them.
The SKU? Yeah.
The SKU, the little sticker on it.
SKU or
So we would swipe them in, whatever, and we put them on the shelf that was in the corner, but it was right next to where the trash sat. So I used to like be swift and like dump a CD in the trash. You know what I'm saying? But with my back to the camera, and then be like, I'm taking out the trash. You know, go out to the fucking thing, throw it underneath my car, and catch it at the end of the day.
There it is. There you have it.
Yeah, that's the price of doing business.
That's it, man. It's not like they could have gave me a decent wage. I would have bought the album. There was no other way to listen. There was no Spotify back then.
Yeah, and that's like I feel like everyone steals in that way. You kind of steal from work, whether it's like outright stealing like that, like you just straight up took their shit. You're like, you fucking owe me this for working back here, sweating my ass.
I'm not
off.
a fucking piece of shit.
$8 an hour.
Thief.
No, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like I stole too when I was bartending at on the boat in Chicago. And they told us like, oh, it's going to be so busy. You're going to make so much money, this and that. And then for like weeks straight, there was nobody on the boat buying alcohol. It was all parties, like field trips, children's field trips.
Oh, yeah. They're not typical.
And one of the parts of the tour is Green River, right? Chicago's got the Green River. We have Green River soda. So then they would tell them like, and at the bar downstairs, you can get a Green River soda. So the bar is just flooded with kids getting soda for $1 a pop. They're not tipping shit. They don't even know what a tip is. So, you ring in 4 green sodas and fill up 5. You know what I mean? And you take one of the dollars and you stash it for yourself.
Oh, for sure. I got many stories of that. At McDonald's, we used to, at the back cash, when, the first window, when people would pull up, if they would pay with exact cash, we had a little thing where we would void out the order and then just put it underneath the drawer. And at the end of the night, we'd give a cut to the managers. And you could make a few $100s a shift doing that until eventually we got popped. Well, I didn't get popped, but my boy actually did jail time for it.
Really?
And he wasn't even like the ringleader, but they threw him under the bus.
What did it amount up? They caught you, or they caught him, and they added up everything, and
how
it
got him
to like some.
I don't know the actual like logistics or exactly what they got him for, but I know they did get him, and it was such bullshit. I felt so bad for him because like this is my boy from like 5th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we were in high school, and like he kind of brought me in, but like the managers were really the ones that would put everybody up on game with it, and that's why it was straight. You know what I'm saying? But somehow, probably the owner found out, and then the fucking managers threw the lowest eating fruit underneath the bus. It sucked, man.
Yeah.
But
rip.
He always just had bad luck with.
But that's what I was getting at. Kind of like I feel like it's human nature, right? Like any business, they know loss and theft is calculated into the profits.
Yeah.
Like they know they're gonna lose some money that people are gonna steal from them because they've fucking worked those shifts too and done the same shit.
Yeah, I think back then the minimum wage was like $5 an hour.
It's part of the game.
So you can understand. You gotta fucking do something.
I'm sure insurance covers it too.
Yeah, no doubt. There's definitely some sort of.
I was a criminal as an adolescent.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Give us some stories.
This man did some dirt.
The biggest thing I ever stole was a TV from Target.
How the fuck did you pull that off?
I mean,
walk us through it.
Okay, so I walk in. I was heading down a path, and after I accomplished this, I'm like, I should probably stop doing this.
It's getting a little out of hand.
Yeah, it's just, I would never steal from people, but my thing was I would steal from corporations,
those dirty fucking corporations.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
So I walk into Target. I had no intention of stealing anything when I walked in there. It's just kind of how my brain worked during that time. And I wanted to buy a TV. I still have a TV. I buy this TV. I go to the front, pay for it, and I come up with this plan. Take the TV to my car, go back inside, put the same TV in the cart, and grab a HDMI cord. And then I go to the front, and they're like, let me, scan the TV. I'm like, oh, I paid for it at the back.
Oh, so it's BOGO.
Yeah, and I'm like, I got this HDMI cord, and I paid, $24 for the HDMI cord, and then walked out with the second TV, shitting myself.
Solid.
It was clean as fuck.
Yeah.
I definitely could have done that a lot. I sold the TV that night.
Yeah. Did you ever used to do beer runs?
Oh, yeah.
That used to be the shit. You
I was the guy, people would come pick me up from my mom's house, take me to the spot, and give me money, and I'll go get it for them, and I would do 4 or 5 a night.
So the way we used to do it, and I'm sure it's probably the same, but you get it, you find a place. We used to do this Kroger, Marsh, whatever, and they have back doors. Like a back door to go out to the back to take out trash or whatever like that. And what you would do is, if it didn't have an alarm system, you fill up a shopping cart filled with booze, and you fucking plow it through that back door, and you have the car waiting there, and before they can even make it to you, you've already dumped everything in, and you drive off. And we used to do that twice a week. Yeah. And then you can fucking sell them.
I love how elegant his shit is, and then yours is just a straight fucking B&E, like a straight smash and grab.
It worked for a long time until one time my boy was doing it, and he went to plow through the back door, and I don't know if they saw it coming, but the back door locked. Ooh. And just fucking bam right into it, and then they got him. The one time I got caught stealing was in 5th grade. I was stealing Outkast AT Aliens album. It had just come out. And I was like on a spree. I'd stole like a bunch. I mean,
classics.
This is what you got to understand is like back then there was no other way to listen to music. There was no Napster. There was no YouTube. You had to have the CD or you had to listen to the fucking clean versions on the radio if they played it, right? So not having any money but being a music head, you had to figure out how the fuck you're going to get that. So I just steal them. So I would just go and, you know, they had like the locks on them and shit. So I would stuff it in my pants, go home and cut them open, whatever. So at Meyer, where I was stealing from, they had like undercovers, you know what I'm saying, who would like be watching you and shit. And I wasn't hip to it at the time. So like I thought I was smooth. I didn't see anybody whenever I put it in there. I just go about the rest of my mom's, you know, shopping, just like standing with her, walking around with the CD in my pants, you know what I'm saying, just playing it smooth, you know what I'm saying. And so
you're like, she's shopping, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go look at the toys.
Exactly. I'm fucking, you know, what, 9-10 years old, you know. So we go through the whole thing, we go through the line, and I remember I'm like walking out to the car and next to my brother in front of the shopping cart, and then I feel a hand like go like that, and my fucking heart dropped. Actually, it didn't drop at first. He goes, give me the CD. And I had been walking around so long in the store that I forgot I had the CD in my pants. That's what it was. So I'm like, what CD? He's like, the one in your pants. And I go, oh, that's
oh, you mean the Outkast one?
Yeah, that one. And so then they take me back to this like fucking somewhere back office that like felt like an interrogation room.
Did you get a little extra nut butter on there before you handed it to him?
No, I was fucking shitting a brick once that happened. And they're like walking me back there. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to jail. It's all over. I'm like, fuck. I'm like crying like a bitch. You know, I'm fucking 9, whatever. And I'm like in this room, and they're like interrogating me. It's like these 2 like security officers, and they're like, you know you're gonna go to jail for this, right? You know you're gonna go. And they knew I'm a fucking 9-year-old kid. They're like, we're gonna fucking scare the shit out of this kid. They're like, if we go through the tapes and find, and I had just stole a CD probably the day before, so they're like, if we go through the CDs and find you stealing, you're going to jail for it. Da 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 da. All this shit, and then I was like, no, I never did it, and I did. You never did those promises to God. You're like, God, get me out of this, and I'll never steal a CD again.
Yeah,
and that was true up until 10 years later.
Tower Records hired you.
Exactly.
And the alcohol.
That was a good stretch of not stealing CDs though.
Hell yeah.
You were stealing it for the right reason.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I'm fucking, stealing money out of ladies' purses.
I mean,
at that time,
you could probably equate it sounds and feels way worse to walk into a store and take a CD and walk out with it and steal it. But what's the difference between that and downloading Metallica's music off Napster when that whole thing was happening? It's the same thing. You're not viewed as like a thief in the downloading arena of this concept, but it's really the same thing. You want the music, you don't have the money, you fucking download it because you want to consume the art.
Exactly. So, other than stealing and jerking off, what do you like to do for fun, Mr. Reese?
What do you got going on right now?
What do you got going on?
Let's talk about Bruise.
Yeah, we just released a new song called Bruise. It dropped on Halloween. It's available everywhere. Bunch of content out for it. We're shooting a music video for it next week in LA.
Okay, so what about the car? That car stuff was just like part of the music video or no?
We're just trying to get as much content out as possible. And those were all we shot all that with an iPhone. It was pretty. We rented the lights for like $200, and that was like the only expense minus the car. But we're gonna go to LA and do like a full production.
Tight.
Yeah,
very tight. Who's the director?
Sammy McIntyre. He shot our first 2 videos. He's done like Louis Vert, The Baby, City Girls, bunch of shit.
Fire.
Hell yeah. I went to high school with him. It's my boy.
That's dope as fuck. That's so dope. So, Bruise, is it on an EP? Is it just a single release?
I think we're gonna try and release a single every 6 weeks, and just promote it as much as we can. Just try and get as much traction off like the small attention spans that we can do.
Yeah, I got a couple questions if you have the answers to this, but like that track in particular, right? And if you're watching this, you can go check out the track and then hear it, and these questions will make more sense. But do you remember what the first piece of that puzzle was that got laid down? Like, where did that start?
Wait, for the visual, what are we talking about?
For the track,
For the track.
was there a bass line down? Was it the drums, or did you have the raps already written? Like, where did the whole thing start?
So Tanner and I, my other half of No Good, my cousin Tanner Morgan, he will switch off a lot, and sometimes like I'll go to the gym, he'll make a beat, and then he'll go to the gym while I work on it. But I came back and there was a beat once, and I've rapped since I was in high school, just for fun, just for my own, you know. I just like doing it. I'm not a rapper at all.
You ever rapped in front of a bar?
No.
Okay.
Drunkenly?
You're not part of the problem. Continue.
I hate those people so much.
You're not.
They just come up in your ear, start freestyle. Hey, you want to hear me freestyle?
No,
They
you're
don't,
not.
even, they don't even ask at this point. They
Wait.
just start.
One time this guy came up to me. Zach was at this place I was playing at. He was like, you want to hear me freestyle? I was like, no, but I know someone that does. And I walked him out to Zach and I left him with him. And I just
I've definitely done that to him a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Classic.
ear rape is really what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
It was
So
incredible.
continue. So you and Tanner, you're working in the studio.
Yeah, he made a beat and it was just like a dope beat. I'm like, it just inspired me to write, or like a line I wrote down one day driving. It just like kind of, you know, trickled down off of that.
What was the line? You don't have to rap it. You can just say it.
I whip a Prius with some dents with some VS on my wrist.
Okay.
Which I love that line so much.
It works.
Yeah, because like a car is a depreciating asset, and like, you know, diamonds and gold will hold its value. So like, you know, I'm buying the right shit, sort of thing.
That's smart. That went over my head. I thought it was just like a flex, like, you know.
Yeah, it's like a flex, but like I'm not an idiot. So
It's a flex, but it's also not, because like the real flex would be I'm in my Ferrari with the VS on my wrist. You know what I mean? So it's like,
For sure.
it's a flex, but it's deeper than that. I like that.
yeah, so that was a line. I just, you know, wrote some more to that. We actually recorded it. I just wanted to see how it sounded. And then we just left it at that. And then Tanner was doing tutorials on bass design one day, and he just like, he was in his room and he's like, bro, come up here, like, see, check this out. And he just showed me like what he did to the beat, and he like made my voice work with the bass. And then that's pretty much how it came out.
And that's how you became a large black man.
I'm still not a rapper, but I like that song a lot. For sure.
No, it's dope. It's fire.
Yeah, it's definitely dope. Are you planning on performing it live? Are you gonna rap?
We've rehearsed it a couple times.
How's it feel?
You have like a setup through the computer where you can.
We have a vocal pedal that can transpose my voice, but it doesn't sound
The same.
right.
Did he transpose it through a program?
Yeah,
Little
not a way
altar
you
boy,
can
huh?
go
Altar boy. There is. We might have to get a different pedal.
You could always do the Milli Vanilli sickick move and just pretend to be rapping it.
Nah, I can't do that.
All right.
I could do just like ad libs for it.
That's true. And
I mean, that's what rappers do.
if you did ad libs and the ad libs were, you know, detuned a little bit, it would probably sound like, you know, close enough.
Yeah.
And it'd be cool to hype, like, to be up there doing the ad libs. You can get super hyped because you don't have to fucking control your breath to hit every word and
Yeah.
shit. You could just, you're hyping yourself up. I think that'd be fun.
But
sure.
it is a very complicated verse, and I would love to be able to like do that
To
in front
nail
of
it,
people.
yeah.
Have you rehearsed it enough times that you could?
Yeah,
Spit it with the dome.
I could do it. I just want it to sound right.
So when the LA Leakers hit you up and then when you come freestyle,
I've had dreams about that.
You got the bars to fucking do it.
I definitely have like.
Have you ever like written like a freestyle just in case?
Yeah, for
that
sure.
all
I could,
becomes-
yeah, like it's in my head.
That's
definitely.
dope. Hey, you know what? White rappers don't have to be corny anymore. You know what
No,
I'm
it's still.
We're
corny. I
taking
hate-
white rap back.
No, I mean,
No.
what's his name? Who am I thinking about?
Jack Harlow?
Jack Harlow. You see, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's not corny.
The only
I don't
white
think he's
rapper?
corny.
But like that's like to be a rapper, it's 1 in a million. To be a white rapper, that's like 1 in a billion. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm not a rapper.
But
Yeah.
who's ever done it better than Eminem? Let's be
Like today's Eminem or like
completely honest about it. No, not
Childhood
today's
Eminem.
Eminem.
Okay.
Today's Eminem could go jump off a fucking building.
Well, he also embraced it. You know, like he compared himself to Elvis stealing rock and roll. Like
Well, I think that he knew, based off of the Vanilla Ice era and like how there was no white rappers ever since him really that made it, that like people are already not fucking with you on a cool level. You know what I'm saying? You kind of have to come in with something else. And he's like, I'm gonna just be the craziest, sickest motherfucker, but also have crazy bars, and people have no choice but to respect it.
Yeah.
And that's really how he changed the game, I think.
He changed the game, and he told everyone, fuck you. Anyone that said, don't say any words that you're saying, he would say them 20 times in a row and say, suck my dick.
And
then
remember the interludes? It'd be like his attorney would be like, listen, Marshall, we can't put this out. And I was like, no, it's amazing.
It's so good.
So
dude.
good.
The Marshall Mather LP, the Slim Shady LP, and the Marshall Mather LP are both fucking beautiful works of art, bro.
For sure.
I'd rather just write for someone else.
Yeah, that's listen, I'm definitely not a rapper, but I've been known to put a couple words together, and I used to say
bring them over, dude.
If I ever was, I would much rather be a writer. You know what I'm saying? Just because like you could still listen. I know my voice is not going to sound good on recording. You know what I'm saying? I hate hearing my voice when I'm DJing, let alone rapping, right? So, but I'm confident enough in how I can put the words together that I feel like if the right person, you know what I'm saying, was there, I would still get some satisfaction out of knowing that those were my lyrics that they're rapping. You know what I'm saying?
But what if you really leaned into it and went like, be real on them? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you changed the whole game and you were like, I don't,
real?
Me trying to make my voice sound cool is not it, so I'm going to make my voice sound crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of you did
kind of what you did.
You did the opposite.
My normal
be real.
voice isn't awful. If I was like,
I've heard you on a couple tracks.
If I wanted to make like some Northwest underground hip hop shit, like it would be totally fine.
Yeah.
But as far as like what we're trying to make, it doesn't really fit.
Yeah.
And what would you call Bruise? Like, what genre is that?
I got asked that same question today. We got asked that about a lot of our songs, but
That's a good thing that it's not in a box.
Yeah, because then like people are gonna reference that to make something else.
Yeah. I have a bad problem, and I was not to interrupt you, but I just gotta get this thought out. I was thinking about this the other day, and I talked to Strategy about it, and I was like, I have a problem, and I think it's because I'm a DJ, of referencing when I hear something, I'm like, oh, this reminds me of this. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, and I'm like, that probably sounds like an asshole to an artist, because you're like, I'm creating something that's like my own.
No, it's a compliment.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Because I thought that after we left the studio that day, and I was like, fuck, I probably sound like an asshole, always trying to compare everything to something.
I don't think so, because people reference you. I mean, that's part of the creative process, right? Is you make a track, and then you're like, oh, it kind of, I want it to sound like how this track sounds. Like, so you throw that track in the Ableton, and you reference it back and forth because you're trying to get that sound. You're doing other stuff as well, but you're still referencing or like even maybe sampling, even though you're not truly sampling it.
Right.
It's a form of it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a compliment. It's when there's sometimes I listen to people's music and it doesn't sound like anyone, but it doesn't sound good either.
Yeah,
and
you're
you're just like,
keep doing your thing, bro. Yeah.
we have so many people come to the studio because like anyone that knows about our space, they'll be like, oh, can I bring my boy? He makes music, and probably out of like 30 people, maybe like 4 have been like, okay, like let's fucking make some shit. But there's a lot of cringe.
I might have the most cringest, and I'll probably have to play it for you after the podcast, just because it's insane how bad this guy's music is. And it's like, he's my boy. I don't want to put him out there. He's not like
shout him out.
He's an acquaintance, right?
You won't.
But like, he always like, you know, respects my opinion, and he'll be like, yo, man, I just want you to hear this. You know what I'm saying? I know you DJ, so like, just like give me your input. And like, if I was to give him my true input, he'd probably kill himself. You know what I'm saying?
Someone's got to do it.
But you should give him your true input.
But I do. I give him a very delicate, constructive criticism, and he usually sends me messages, and I'll listen to him at least.
I love you so much.
And I'll be like,
Daddy.
And I'll be like, listen, man. I'm like, yeah, just keep practicing. And I'm like, you know, but you know, your beats have to be in tempo. This is how bad it is. It's like, I couldn't begin to describe.
What if he's going for like a Blueface kind of thing?
No, man.
What if
I'm going to play it for you after this.
What if he's going for like an NBA young boy meets Blueface?
No, it's not his he's a producer. The beats have to match each other. It's like,
do they? Because look at what we talked about earlier. These tracks that just like stop in the middle and start something else at a new tempo and all that.
Jay Dilla was always offbeat with his hats and his kicks, but
swing.
it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
perfect.
difference.
It's
There's a
perfect,
swing. There's
yeah.
a groove. This is not that.
Yeah. Do you think that like switching up the track like that, like Bad Bunny songs do that a lot too, right? Like, you know, all of a sudden the beat switches, it's all this whole crazy new thing, but it's in the middle of this one song. That's like coming from this whole TikTok consumption lifestyle, right? Like,
you
we
mean
can
the
only
Chinese trying to fucking sabotage us?
well,
yeah, I know what you're talking
you can
about.
only listen to one, like 3 minutes is not a long time, but it has become a long time. In 3 minutes, people are trying to put 3 different sounds together to keep your attention. Like the first half or the first third of it goes one way, and then it all of a sudden stops and does something else. And that feels to me like you're just flicking through a timeline, kind of.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. I never thought about it like that, but that's probably exactly what it is.
Yeah, our new song's like 1:45.
Well, that's also a smart thing because then if people like it, they go back and play it again. You
Yes.
get more streams.
Yeah.
So that's a smart tactic too. And one could say, you know, that's derived from punk music. Early punk music was fucking short, and it started and it fucking ended. Like if you ever listen to like post-punk, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's like, and that's
Just
it.
over.
That's it. But it's beautiful. I don't know.
Yeah. And speaking of ad-libs earlier, I think that we have to say rest in peace to one of the gods of ad-libbing.
Takeoff.
I was never a big Migos fan, but I am grateful now because I could play songs in the club and I'll get a good reaction.
You didn't
That-
get good reactions
that-
from Migos songs before?
I didn't really play it that much.
Well, see, you got to be in the environment where they want to hear
Yeah.
music. That
I
shit
am,
goes off.
but
Yeah.
it's just I don't really like it, so I didn't really.
You're not a mumble rap guy.
There is always that silver lining in the shitty rain cloud of death for an artist that now for the next couple weeks we get to fucking really
Yeah, bring out their music.
I played like 5 in a row last night.
yeah.
Place is going crazy.
Do
Yeah.
you have you usually have a nice little set planned or like a tribute thing?
I haven't. I honestly haven't. But I mean,
That's fucked up.
I got all the Migos tracks, so it's not like a problem.
Yeah.
They're all at the same BPM.
But I got to be honest. And this sounds fucking horrible, but the new Drake album might outshine that. And that's no disrespect.
That's a harsh
to Takeoff.
truth. That
That's
is a
no disrespect
harsh
to Takeoff.
truth.
But I'm planning on playing the whole fucking album tonight. Just
That
to let
is
you know.
brutal.
Just to let you know, I'm playing the whole album.
Good, because someone's got to do it.
It's not gonna be.
You're gonna educate.
I don't need to educate. I guarantee this album is big.
It's
okay,
big.
This
yeah.
big. This is all that's on my timeline. You know what I'm saying? And that might be all should partially because
Who is on the cover, by the way? Is that like a famous person that I
yes.
don't know?
Well,
Who is
not
that?
she's famous now. So
Yeah.
she's just actually a stripper from Houston who
Really?
goes by the name of Sookie Baby. And I've done my research. She's got an
Instagram
OnlyFans.
is-
as
Do you
well.
know what club she's at?
I don't know, but I wanted to ask around.
Probably none. No.
Yeah. Well, her price just went up.
Her price
$20 lap
definitely
dances
just went
are
up.
Definitely 40 now. But no, she's got like I don't know what she had before I discovered her today, but like in the last 20 hours, I gotta imagine she's gone up 100,000 count on
Yeah.
her Instagram, just judging off her previous posts and shit like that. And that's so dope. And that's honestly, I respect the fuck out of Drake for that because going back to Migos, it's Drake who put them on through the Versace.
Versace.
You know what I'm saying? It was Drake who put on fucking Kodak. Because if you remember when he played it, I mean, like Kodak had a buzz in the South in Florida. You know what I'm saying? But like it wasn't until Drake had that Instagram post where he was on the plane, like bopping to what song was that? I can't remember. The
Early Kodak shit?
Early Kodak.
Like not Tunnel Vision.
No, way before
that.
It was like spazzing on their ass. No,
Flocking. No flocking.
No flocking.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And it was like he played it on the plane, and everybody was like, "What is this? What is this?" You know, I was one of those people. What the fuck is he playing? And then Kodak, and then it's just like boom, blows up. You know what I'm saying? He's done that with a lot of artists.
He has a line about it, actually.
That's what I was gonna say. In the,
Yeah.
In the new album, okay, I must have missed that one. What does he say?
He 21 Savage is like, if I'm a feature, I'm gonna make you look like the feature. And then Drake's like, if I'm a feature, I'm gonna make a label think they want to sign you.
That's true though.
Yeah.
It's so fucking true. I mean, you could even say Miss Munch herself. It wasn't until Drake flew her out, and then like Drake flew her out and followed this girl, and then unfollowed her, and then it's like that got her kicking up higher. I mean, she had a little bit of buzz before that, but like
He
when
got,
you get the stamp from Drake, you're good.
he got me on a Little Baby for sure. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
And then, like Yes Indeed or whatever came
Yeah.
out. I was like, oh shit.
Exactly, for sure. And
That's still the best Little Baby song ever.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, arguably, but
No.
yeah.
That's it.
it works in the most rooms.
I don't play that record ever, and I'll tell you why. Because it's too slow.
I love that record.
I and it works, but for some reason, whenever I'm like, it's like you said with Migos, you're like, I don't want to play that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not that I hate the song. I just don't feel it fits with the energy that I'm trying to put out.
Yeah.
Though I have played it and it's fucking crushed, so I guess what the fuck do I know?
Yeah. R.I.P. Takeoff. Now,
R.I.P. Takeoff.
That was the worst
segue.
Now, are there any conspiracies floating around about this one, or
well,
do you have anything to speak on in this round?
Only because we live in Houston, I'm not going to say anything. We'll just put it at that.
We do live in Houston, and it happened in Houston.
And the people that it happened are very reputable people in Houston.
Yeah, I'm not.
So I'd rather not say it on camera.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get away from that. But just the I don't know. Artists dying now feels so normal. It feels
scary,
like Takeoff died and it was big news on the internet and my timeline was filled up for like a couple hours only, which is kind of fucking weird. And I feel like the news is not talking about it. I don't watch the news. I don't really know, but it feels like it should be so much bigger news
because the Migos are they shaped music, whether you like it or not. They brought that and
they are OGs in this game that everyone's in right now.
They changed the game and they really reshaped the way that we listen to rap music. And I don't think it gets talked about enough because of the fact that it's like, oh, it's Migos, it's mumble rap, whatever. But like, we are where we are with music because of specifically Migos.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. It feels weird, bro. Like I had this thought. It feels like, it almost feels like killing somebody like not famous is like you almost like if you're a killer, if you're a fucking dude doing dirt trying to get your weight up in the streets, it almost feels like it's okay to like kill famous people now. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Lil Boosie said it best. He's like, rappers used to be heroes, now we're targets. And it's true. It's like no, like the whole like rappers used to get a pass. You know, they would go to hoods with their jewelry on, and if they were like people fucked with them, they got a pass. That shit's out the window now.
Yeah, it's like something has changed, right? Yeah. Like what that's what I'm trying to get at. Like what has changed? Why does it feel so different? Why like artists were not dying like that before? What is making people feel like it's okay? Like it almost feels like it's some sort of a badge of honor for you to have. Like I don't just kill like regular folk. I'll kill a fucking artist. Like I'm that dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's kind of how it feels to me. I don't know.
Well, murder rates just in general are sky high in every city right now. Yeah. I think a lot of it is post-COVID. I think also a lot of those PPP loans that people were scamming are out now. So people are like jacking to live that lifestyle that they were living when they were getting all those checks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's definitely a dangerous time right now. But
it's weird.
Hopefully things get better.
Yeah, it's wild right now. Ad-libs.
R.I.P.
Yeah, for sure. Now, do we know when Takeoff is on a Migos track?
Well, you know because he says Takeoff.
I'm out of it before.
See, if you guys don't know about Migos, every one of them usually say their name at the end because they do kind of sound similar. Now, with my trained ear, I'm pretty good at deciphering them. I've heard it enough. I know, okay, that's Quavo, that's Offset. But you also have to realize, and this is kind of this a real sad reality of this. What happened is that, like, you know, Migos broke up.
I gotta pee real quick.
Quavo and Takeoff did their own thing, Hunk and Few. And that really gave Takeoff a chance to shine, I feel. And I think he went harder on his last album than anything he did with the Migos. Because he's like, okay, now I'm not just a Migo. I'm Quavo and Takeoff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we had him at Bottle actually in June, and he killed it. And a lot of people were like, yo, that's my favorite Migo. And I was always, he was my least favorite.
To me, that's like the ugly duckling.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like Quavo had an independent career that was popping. You know what I'm saying? Offset had his own albums that were popping. Plus, obviously, being married to Cardi B skyrocketed his stardom. You know what I'm saying? But Takeoff never had any of that. And he's always like the quiet guy in the room.
Yeah.
But on that album, especially on Hotel Lobby, he really stood out as like, okay, Takeoff's about to fucking take off. Would you agree?
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about the Migos like that. I do love their music for DJing, but like I've never looked that in depth into it and listened to it like in my car and shit, you know. Like I just know the club bangers. I don't really know Migos like that. You got a deep knowledge of music.
That's my thing.
That's your thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that because I'm not the best scratcher, but I do know my music.
Do you have him on vinyl though?
Definitely.
That
doesn't.
I don't.
And
I
he
don't
doesn't
think
have
I
any
have.
more vinyl than Cosmo either.
I don't. I don't think I have any Migos on vinyl. Unfortunately, I haven't bought any records really since I came to Houston. In Chicago, there's a lot of record stores. They're fucking everywhere, and especially where we lived, within 5 minutes drive, you could get to like 7 different record stores, and they all had deep crates.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was still buying records, I wasn't buying records to play out because I'm not playing out. If I do play out, it's like a rare offset that
There it is.
I would play music that I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So most of the records that I was buying for the last 10 years was just like funk and soul and old hip hop and shit like that.
I've been to a record store out here. Actually, there's one right over here.
But you can't deny there's not near as many in Chicago.
No, I don't think so. You don't really see them a lot.
But how was the record store out here?
It was cool. I was just looking for like sample shit, so I was digging through the dollar bins, But
Don't want any gold.
if we're gonna talk vinyl, we're probably gonna have to invite Phenom onto the podcast. Because
Phenom's doing all vinyl sets like on the road. I got to give it up to him. He's doing Off the Record, which is a fucking dope ass spot. I would love to play there one day.
Yeah.
But you really have to hone your marketing or whatever you want to call it, your artistry into that to play at a place like Off the Record. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like if they're having fucking Anderson .Paak DJing,
Yeah, Silk Sonic.
on wax, and then you come up next, like you better have your shit in order. You know what I'm saying?
How nerve-wracking would that be?
Right? But I hear he's actually, he's more of a selector though. I think I saw some interview with the actual DJ who like he teamed up with.
Yeah.
But you can't take anything away from Anderson .Paak musically. I don't underestimate his ability to DJ. The guy's a fucking genius.
If he can play the drums like that, I got to imagine he can DJ just
he can
fine.
play it all. Anderson .Paak's a one-man band, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'll suck
I'm a
his
huge
dick right
fan,
now.
Fuck yeah.
for sure. The first time I saw him, I was
I was agreeing to him being a
Everyone
musical
just
genius,
agreed
not a
and
fucking...
was ready to move on.
I was at Coachella, and it was right when Dr. Dre signed him. So I just like heard about him. I'd never listened to any of his music, and we were walking by. My girlfriend at the time wanted to see Chainsmokers. I'm like, let's just stop and check this out. And he's playing the drums, rapping. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. And he's like, I got a special guest for y'all. There was no one there because everyone was at every other stage. And he's like, y'all might have heard of him. And then the next episode starts playing. Dr. Dre comes out.
Oh my God. To like the smallest crowd.
300 people.
Oh, that's amazing.
Dr. Dre gets off. He's like, I got one more. And then Mad City started playing. Kendrick Lamar came out. It's insane.
When
And
you
then
get a
everyone
cosign
left.
like that, like,
I was like,
this motherfucker's on his shit. Malibu is one of the best albums. That and all the No Worries shit. Oh my God, I could listen to that thing fucking 50,000 times.
so good.
Yeah,
Knowledge is a
dude.
great producer too. Shout out to him.
Kendrick's just nobody could really even fuck with him, bro. He's so next level. The mathematical equations of words that he accumulates in his mind, it's
Whenever you get in the car, make sure to play Kendrick.
Same,
crazy, bro.
When I was in Chicago, it was me against him and his brother about how bad they hated Kendrick, and I'm like trying to sell them. I'm like, no, Kendrick's dope. You have to like listen to him, and like they would just roast me the entire fucking car ride about how bad Kendrick is. Well, I'm glad that you're outnumbered now, motherfucker.
yeah.
Loser.
Give it to me. Give it to me,
You just
daddy.
don't get it. It's fine.
I wouldn't expect someone like yourself to understand it.
There's a couple records that are cool,
You
but
didn't like To Pimp a Butterfly? Did you listen to that album?
probably not.
Especially now that you've been drumming now. Like if you listen to the drums on that shit, it's insane.
Bro, the whole, it's
I'll
like
take
an
that.
orchestral, it's beautiful. The whole thing, when we talk about like a body of work of an album, they don't come better than To Pimp a Butterfly. In my
Well-
opinion, that is a fucking masterpiece.
You've obviously never heard Daytona by Pusha T.
Great album,
The best.
but it's not like a musical masterpiece.
It goes Illmatic, Daytona, and then that one Sublime album.
You're talking about like beats, like
That's beats. We're talking about like a symphony to like carry a chord progression for the next song, like really put together. album. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just like those are dope beats. Don't get me wrong, Daytona's a great album. Fucking, I fuck with Illmatic, obviously, but like, it's not the same body of work.
Okay, but here's my thing. Though that doesn't equate to anybody being able to call Kendrick the GOAT in terms of his ability to rap.
What are you talking about?
That's all musical and that's all cute and everything. But when we're talking straight lines, bars.
You're telling me Kendrick doesn't have bars?
I mean, he's got a couple bars, but then, he's got his baby in a fucking stroller with his right stroke.
Avant-garde, man. He's doing it different.
No, don't give me that fucking goddamn bullshit.
That's what it is.
Don't give me that. You can't just put words together and just have them be a thing because you just
what about Ghostface?
Set them one after the other.
What about Ghostface?
What about Aesop Rock?
Trash.
You guys are naming. These are not goats. These are not.
You
goat
tell me
talks.
Ghostface isn't a goat?
He's an OG, but he's not in the He's not in the talks of being.
Listen, I'm not going to argue with a guy about bars when you listen to
goat.
Atmosphere.
Bro, Atmosphere got
Fuck
bars.
Atmosphere. He's trash.
I like Slug.
There's two guys in Atmosphere. You fucking
whatever.
figure.
Whoever the fucking annoying Minnesota rapper guy is, I don't fuck with him. He sounds like one of those guys who's going to rap in your ear at a bar.
He hates him, bro.
Bro, his voice is so. It's like fucking. It's like nails on a chalkboard. If I read his lyrics, I might be like, "Oh, this is dope." But when I hear his voice, I just want to fucking punch whatever device is
That's
playing.
like the North. Yeah,
That's that North.
It's great live.
Yeah.
You just don't understand the pain of
Being a white guy.
middle class.
of getting sent to your room by your mother because you didn't complete your chores.
Shut up.
It just doesn't resonate.
Mom, you
with
don't
me.
understand. It's not a face. I'm gonna be a rapper.
I've seen him sell out Red Rocks and it was incredible.
No, don't get me wrong. He's got a huge following.
Yo.
He's got a cult following that are like Atmosphere fucking diehard
They are
fans.
OG independent. Like before, like Chance Chance revolutionized the game by going independent. No, like Atmosphere is OG in that shit.
He just didn't make it as far.
No, for sure. I mean, listen, I don't doubt that the guy has a fan base, but you also can't deny Kendrick has a fan
there's
base.
two of
That
them.
doesn't mean that you like him.
No, of course. But my specific argument against Kendrick is just that people want to call him the lyrical GOAT, and there's just not room in that conversation for him.
I need to send you some more of those clips from Instagram where the guy dissects the
No,
verses
we don't need
for you to
that.
really understand.
I'll send some.
That doesn't. That's not. None of that is true.
That's all true.
Bro, that is literally, I could sit there and dissect a song and come up with just crazy things that add up in the background of the words. Like, oh, he said this word and then this word. You know that this word is 5 letters and in the 5th letter of the alphabet is this letter and it starts with this one. So then it leads to this one, which is the 6th letter. He's insane. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck with any of that.
You don't think that that's really how it happened?
No, fuck no.
I do.
I think it is.
Oh my.
There is a Santa Claus.
You guys, you're brainwashed, which it's cool though. It's fine.
So outside of rap, you're a big house music head.
Yeah, I like making it. Definitely.
All right, does that come from like a background of house music? Or I wouldn't see. Okay, now remember, I'm from Chicago, so everything I call house music. You know what I'm saying? Probably let's dial it back. Let's say electronic music, right? Electronic dance music, without saying EDM because I just feel like I'm talking about Avicii, right? Talking about dance music, right?
My uncle is a dubstep producer and DJ mainly in South Lake Tahoe.
What is it?
Shout out Rocksmith.
Okay.
And he put me on like Bass Nectar when I was like in middle school, which when I was in middle school you were like, I don't know how old.
I was
He was
on my
40.
third marriage.
It was a long time. I had a shirt in 7th grade that said "Listen to Dubstep," and it was like right when Basshead came out, which was like the first dubstep song ever. So that definitely
one might argue that in the UK there was some other things happening, but go ahead.
Yeah.
I digress.
I'm probably wrong, but that definitely influenced me. But I was a big just underground hip hop kid, and then DJing, kind of like just seeing like it's a lot of fun to DJ house music.
Yeah.
And that made me like listen to it a lot more as it got more popular, and I listen to a lot of it now.
I could see that because a lot of your remixes pull from hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like the Soulja Boy remix, the the Kendrick the Goat remix.
Yeah, that's a favorite for sure.
And that actually I heard just got some spins from old Diplo.
Yeah, 2 nights in a row.
That's fucking
people
fire.
That we knew witnessed it. It was fucking sick.
That's super dope. Did they get some video for you?
Yeah, we posted a video.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's super tight.
DJ Nova saw him play on a Friday night, and then Keelan Friel saw him play on a Saturday night in Austin.
Keelan from Arizona?
Keelan
From here.
Yeah.
Oh, from here. Okay, shit. That's what's up. So, we actually had him on the show. Shout out Keelan.
Yeah, that's he put me on in Houston. Shout out Keelan.
Yeah, that's like your big bro in the game.
100%.
That's dope. So, have you reached out to Diplo since then?
We had a plan because we didn't want to be like, thanks, bro. Like, follow us. You know? So, and Zach kind of helped us with this too. We have like another 10 remixes that are done. So we're gonna get a pack together and hopefully like send it to someone that could send it to him, sort of thing.
Okay. So where are you at in that phase? What phase are you at?
We're like 8. We got like 8 done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, so once you get this pack done, what's your plan of attack? Don't think
to
he's
get it to
watching.
him, I mean, like, we know 5, and I feel like 5 knows him pretty well.
Okay.
So that would be like
There you go. Slide in the
a
CD.
pretty good.
Hey, I heard you play this. Check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I think he's got to have, and we talked about this when we had Homeboy on the show. I think he's got to have, like, a street team, so to speak, that like kind of gathers music and then does it. Yo, here's 30 tracks. Check these out.
I think he's on Headliner for sure. If it's not him
is it that
personally,
simple? I feel like a
because
person like
he
Diplo
plays a lot of beat breaker shit, and that's only on Headliner. And then our edit was on Headliner.
Where's Tiesto? What do you think Tiesto shops for music?
I think he just plays his own shit the whole time.
I don't think he's playing.
No, I've
anything
heard him
else.
play, and
Or
he
he does have that famous radio show, right?
I the first time I heard James Hype was when Tiesto said at Tao, and I was like, "Yo, this is a dope ass remix. What is it?" And I found James Hype. And I think that like, cause when you're on the road that much, I guess there's a lot of time, especially if you're on a tour bus, you could be researching music. But
Some people, that's like their favorite part of the game.
yeah,
Me personally, I do not enjoy it.
I love it.
I'm not great at it. I need to do it better and more efficiently and more often. But I think some people, they fucking like getting on the computer and finding some shit. Like,
when I was younger,
this.
that was my shit. I fucking loved it. I would do it like 3 hours a day. That was all. And this was back, like trying to find shit on YouTube, and then you follow the links.
Recommended, yeah.
And I feel like my sets used to be so like much deeper because I wasn't just pulling from record pools. And then I lost my computer when I moved here and got stolen. And I think we talked about this before.
Yeah, I had the same thing happen.
You almost never feel like the same person. And I don't have the same drive at 37 that I did at 25 to fucking dig, and just constantly be digging. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I still keep my ear to the streets, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different.
Yeah, I know.
I'm more like, okay, what are people gonna react to that they know? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's hot right now? Not like what's the dopest like unheard remix of this song?
Yeah.
Even when like you guys play together, like that doesn't like I want to play something that he hasn't heard yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like when
we
did mixed signals, like that was my favorite shit. Like I'm gonna play a few songs tonight and then be like, where the fuck did you get that? I'm gonna name it something weird so they can't download it.
See, back in the day, yes. Nowadays, I'm like, can I keep the crowd as hype as he can, or hyper, or you know what I'm saying? That's kind of the back and forth we have. Is like, let's fucking take this off. And the beginning of the night, lately though, I
Rest
think
in peace.
he's probably getting this from you, that drive, because he'll hit me with some shit. Not being like, yo, check this out, but he'll play some shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Not only am I getting the drive from him, I'm just getting the tracks from him as well.
Okay, well that'll work too. Because I'll be like, damn, this is fucking fire. Where'd you get? You know what I'm saying? This is not because I subscribe to. I'm on a few record pools, and I don't just pull from one. And I'm on Patreons, and I like I said,
SoundCloud. That's it right now.
SoundCloud's great, but do you when you rip from SoundCloud, do you not notice a difference in the?
I don't rip.
So how do you download? Because a lot of them, a lot of people have. What's that fucking?
The hype edit.
We're in an
Boot
era.
Camp, or
We're in an
Boot-
era right
Boot Camp?
now.
Is it Boot Camp? Where are the people where they can
Bandcamp.
Bandcamp.
But no, hype edit does a thing where it's free download link. You have to follow them, follow their Spotify, follow their Instagram,
yeah.
subscribe to YouTube.
I do that through a lot of the blogs. I've noticed. They're like, yeah, fucking, you have to comment on their fucking song.
Yeah, that's what we do that for all our songs. And if
you always just say
smart,
tight, because that's all I always say.
I just put
tight.
exclamation marks.
Yeah, I put hell yeah.
Fire, bro.
Yeah, I've seen Twitter, DJ Twitter, is bubbling about like the SoundCloud era right now.
SoundCloud's
Like,
back.
what's going on SoundCloud?
Because
There,
SoundCloud became just a place for like, it became so oversaturated with shitty producers, and a lot of those shitty producers probably have become better producers now, and that's probably why there's a resurgence in actual
Yeah,
good
that could be
music.
it.
Because you know what I'm saying, like in the early days, especially like when dubstep was coming out and stuff like that, that's where you found like those fire, like, you know, remixes or whatever that if you had to pull for something.
Yeah.
But I feel like SoundCloud rappers also kind of fucked that up, because it just became a place where a lot of mumble rap was happening, a lot of bootleg packs that had nothing good in them.
Yeah.
Shout out to Beehive.
Well, at the rate that mumble rappers are dying, it shouldn't last much longer, unfortunately.
Thank God.
Too soon. Give it a couple weeks.
Can we talk about something?
That's what we're here for.
We need to talk about how good it feels to get drunk and high inside of a nightclub.
I mean, listen.
I know you don't know. I know you don't know because
I know. I've
didn't-
been there.
You didn't just exclude yourself from it to then realize how good it is. You know, it's like without the
coming back.
highs, you can't get the lows. Without the lows, you can't get. You're just like on a main. It's good. You know it's good, but it's good.
You refresh your palate.
It's good. You need it.
If you have to be there, it's a million times better.
Well, for me, drinking for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When I'm in the club, like, and I'm not drinking, I'm like, what the fuck time is it?
Can
you
I
know
leave?
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. When is this over? But when you're drunk, you're kind of like, it's lit. You know what I'm saying?
It's lit. And those people that you just want to stab in their eyeballs with a lead pencil, you don't want to do that to them as much.
Well, I would
It
say
takes a lot more.
Sunday was almost your breaking point.
Sunday was my break.
Let's talk about that for a second. Sunday night, we're playing at an unnamed location, and
we were all there actually.
One of the turntables was broken.
Oh yeah.
The start
I
stop
opened
stop
up.
button on the right CD.
Now the link is
There's a shortage. There's a shortage.
whatever the case is, wasn't working. Now, instant doubles for me is like, I can do it. I don't like to do it, but I can do it and continue on my set. I don't feel really inherent. I wish that my right hand was on the working CDJ, personally, but I can move past it. And one of the things I was going to move past is alcohol.
It's literally fixes broken DJ.
And that's what he was like, man, fuck this. I can't do this. Da, 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 da. He's having a meltdown, and I'm like, I'm just going to get drunk until I don't notice anymore.
Yeah.
And I just fucking started chugging the bottle. And I got drunk. I got very drunk.
I was just visibly angry.
And audibly angry because you got on the mic and told the girl, I think I played Dipset Anthem because I was like drunk. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to play some crazy shit. And I put it on. And there was some reaction of like a girl. I wasn't even paying attention because I was in my own shit. And he grabs the mic. He goes, it's not our fault. You don't fucking know good music. And I was like, oh, boy, give this man a drink.
I can't take the shaming of a DJ from some fucking loser in the crowd, bro.
Yeah.
Even on Sunday night, this actually won me the crowd on the mic. Like after this moment was when I knew I had them and they were with me for the night. Like it didn't matter what I said anymore. It didn't matter what I played. They're like, we're having the best fucking time in here. I'm doing my thing at Bottled, and I play. I think like Move That Dope or something, like a good song, and some fucking little Asian bitch out of the crowd. Everyone's having a good time. It's lit. And she's looking up at me going like this.
Oh,
The best.
And like that shit, it kills me, bro. So I got on the mic. I was like, if you don't like what's going on in here, you could go home. And she instantly just fucking like
she didn't
melted
she didn't
into
see that
herself
coming.
and like turned around and tried to disappear into the crowd. And like people were fucking with me because they were like, yeah, because it's a good time in here. Like they don't even know what happened, but they know what I just said. Like somebody's not having fun in here, and they were like, who could not be having fun in here? You know what I mean? And like instantly won them. That was the biggest sense of accomplishment ever, bro. Because if your intent on saying that is to be angry and mean, like at Bell Station,
it doesn't hit the same.
it doesn't do any. It probably affects you negatively. If anything, you'll lose the crowd. But if you could do it in a fun way,
a tactful way of doing it.
Yeah, like
I still remember one time back in the day at El Jefe with DJ Metro was playing. Shout out to Metro, and I don't know. It must have been something like that in the crowd. There was a guy that did that, and he got up from the DJ booth and walked down there, and I could tell he was like ready to fight somebody. That's my boy. He's had my back in some shady situations.
Yeah,
so I'm like, fuck
Metro's
that.
the
I'm
best,
riding.
bro.
We're fighting somebody. We're fighting somebody.
Yeah.
So we go up to this guy, and he's like, "Yo, what's up, bro? You got something to say?" And like the track's playing. I'm like, "Oh, this is fucking crazy. The song's gonna end."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No. He's like, "Yeah, well, I don't remember exactly verbatim what he said, but it was something along the lines of, don't be fucking looking at me crazy while I'm DJing or something like that."
Yeah.
And the dude fucking just like a turtle back in his shell. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of that was a great moment.
You gotta fucking stand up for yourself sometimes. Like,
But it was the best part was that he left the booth to get up in the dude's face because they're not expecting that.
Yeah.
In their mind, especially when you're in an elevated DJ booth, you're miles away, and people get so strong from fucking saying whatever they want on the internet that these trolls come out in person and they're not ready. They don't really want smoke.
Metro would have fucking put his knee through that dude's mouth.
That's a fact. That's a fucking fact.
I would have liked to see that, actually.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sunday, I opened up for Immenbeck, which is the guy who did the Roses remix.
Emmenbeck's fire.
I thought it was one guy. So apparently it's like some guy in some country who's the producer, and then it's another guy who's the performer.
Oh.
He's got like a pinch DJ.
Yes. And he wears a mask.
I heard MF Doom once did a performance or sent somebody else to do a performance in his
I'm pretty sure it was like Charlemagne or something. Like it was like a joke.
Was it? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've seen the video.
So this wasn't that though.
No.
This
This
is
is like
moment.
And then so on the guy's rider, he had 3 fans, like and they had to be a certain grade. Like it had to be fucking windy in that bitch. Cause he has the mask on. It's hot.
I fucking hate the mess, or not the mess. I hate the fucking fans in the DJ booth. Let's talk about that for a second.
I don't like him
We're not
either,
talking
actually.
about fans that come out to hear your music. We're talking about the fans that cool down, sweaty fucking DJs. And I don't know how many fucking sweaty DJs there are, but every time I go into the DJ booth at Bottle, there's a fucking fan blasting and I have to fucking shut it off. The dirty motherfucker's kicking up fucking dust on me. And I just don't understand it. Is it that fucking hot in the DJ booth? No, it's not. Stop fucking turning on fans in DJ booth, you fucking assholes.
You're talking to me. I love
He's
the
like
fan.
literally talking to Ray right now.
Are you a fan guy? You a big fan guy?
Yeah, if I'm hot.
I'm
'cause
sorry, man. It just fucking it makes me like cold and I just
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
It's
and
uncomfortable. If you're really in a spot where you need it, like we're in these nightclubs where they fucking blast the AC till these girls almost want to quit because they're
Well,
so
I think
cold.
they're trying to get
you know
their
what I
nipples
mean?
a little hard for the customers.
Well, there's definitely perks to doing it, but you don't want your customers to get hot. Nobody likes anything less than a hot nightclub.
That's
it's
facts.
literally the worst place on earth.
And we've dealt with that down here. Go ahead.
Like Bell is hot as fuck.
Yeah, it gets warm in there. One time at Bottle, not too long ago, I don't know if you were here or out of town. You were here, or Fawn was out of town.
I was
Oh,
not
you were
here.
not
but-
here. You were
but
at a
my,
wedding.
My boy's bachelorette party was
Yes,
there.
they came through, or you weren't at a wedding. Maybe you were at a show. Either way, you weren't here. And the fucking transformer explodes outside, middle of summer, humid ass Houston, like the most humid fucking day of the year, and it's 100 degrees at night, and instantly the fucking floors start getting shiny, like the moisture's like building on the floors. So the power went out and we were able to kick on a backup generator to at least have some of the speakers playing to like keep the crowd there, but we couldn't get the turntables working, so we're playing out of fucking Sonos and just pretending to DJ until the fucking electric company gets the fucking thing right, because we got a packed room, right?
Yeah.
But the moisture mixed with like the oils from people's feet on the ground was the most slip shit. Like everybody starts slipping and falling. Like it's a fucking catastrophe. And it was hot as fuck. And it was a night from hell.
Bet
And
you were looking for that fan.
Yeah,
Three
but
of
it
'em.
wouldn't have done much good without power. So
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Okay, 3 fans, and then he also had a vegetable platter, like carrots.
he's just trying to stunt at that point.
But there's not even a green room that he just had the
No,
vegetable
there's not
platter
even-
at the table
there's-
or what?
He had we stacked like 4 Fiji boxes and put a piece of fabric over it, and that was his table. And then we put the carrots and the celery and the ranch.
Was this in the booth? Stop.
Fucking total sand.
Well,
That's kind of G shit.
you know
though.
what?
Like, I'm not mad at him for that.
I do remember
He's got a mask on.
I remember a certain DJ having a rider in Milwaukee to get a microwave
Yeah.
and Hot Pockets.
I like that.
And
in a green room.
No, not in the green room.
This was in the
like in a
booth.
green room.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
It was on the stage, and he put those Hot Pockets on girls' butt cheeks. And his
That's
name was
fire.
Strategy.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
sick.
the old me, bro.
Yeah, that was back when he
R.I.P.
was fun.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Where he
bro.
became an angry old DJ.
I know. That's the only one I know.
It's
You're like,
just-
this guy's really depressed.
Times have changed. Times have changed. It used to be fun out there, and now
You're still
this is
having
what
fun.
we got. No, I'm
We're
just
having
kidding.
I heard
Still-
good reports from Austin that you showed up in your Speedo,
Uh-huh.
and at first they tried to make you put clothes on. You're like,
Uh-huh.
no, I'm the DJ. And they're like, oh. And then people really fucked with it because it kind of like took them off guard. You know,
Yeah.
you're not just some schmuck. You're a guy in a Speedo now.
That takes. Yeah, I would not be able to do that.
Yeah, I had a couple people tell me like, you got to put your shirt on, and I was like, I'm DJing. Are you like, do I really have to? And he was like, let me check. And they had to go run around, and then the GM comes up to me, and he's just like, hey, what's up? I'm the GM, whatever. I was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm just in my fucking Speedo with a first place medal on. And I was like, "Is this good, or is this?" I was like, "If you really want me to, I'll put my clothes back on." But like, are we cool? He was like, "No, yeah, you're good."
He's
He
like,
like checks you out. He's like,
Yeah,
hey, all that ass.
shit was lit.
Yeah, no, but they said they really fucked with your set, so that's dope.
that is dope. The best part about Beck is he gets on, starts his set, and it's like a pre-recorded thing, and it's like, "What's up, Arizona?"
Puts the mic up to his
No
mouth.
way.
Yeah. And I was just like,
That's a sick kick moment. God damn it.
I left. I was like, I can't be here.
That's it.
Do you think it named other cities after that, or did he just play the wrong one?
Yeah, he played, or they didn't make one for Houston.
Wait. This was in Houston?
Yeah, this was
And
on
he said,
Sunday
"What's
night.
up, Arizona?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
a
yeah.
pre-recorded, like press play. And he, big dude, he was like 6'6", and it was like, "What's up, Arizona?" And I
Was
just
everyone
like,
just like, what?
yeah, like we're in the.
That's like a fear. Okay, so part of the reason I never get on the mic is because I have this phobia that I'm gonna say something like sometimes I pronounce things the wrong way or whatever.
Well,
and,
yeah.
and it's one thing to pronounce the thing the wrong way, but I also feel like if I'm fucked up, and I've heard some MCs that we won't tell the names say things completely backwards, and I feel like that would just ruin my whole fucking set for the night.
If you like realize it happens and like talk about it, then it's funny. Like
Yeah.
if you'd have been like, hold up, let me run this back. We're in
But
fucking Houston.
He had no way to
Nah, he just-
improvise
He
because
just
he's,
wrote it out. I respect it, bro. I mean, with the mask on, you could do anything.
yeah, you
bro.
feel a little bit
He
more.
can barely see, dude. He was like fucking on his
You don't
right.
need to see if there's just a mix playing, I guess.
He was trying to like. He was like this close from the mixer. It
So
was
I have a question.
disaster.
How did he eat the vegetables with the mask on?
Didn't, man. I think he took them with him because they're gone when I got there.
Because you were definitely planning on taking
You're like,
those.
there's
I
some good
was-
broccoli
I
in
was
there.
like, damn, some ranch and carrots.
You would have taken the whole platter home. after,
yeah, for sure, for the fam.
That's amazing.
Got to
Fuck
bring
yeah.
home the bacon, or in this case, the broccoli.
I steal Red Bulls every night.
I don't steal them.
I'm big on that. I'm big on that.
Oh, you take extra ones?
I'm like, hey, can I get a
Left over,
bucket
left over.
with some Red Bulls, so they don't open them, and then I just put them in my briefcase.
I think I'm spoiled with always getting so much free alcohol that like I don't steal enough bottles. But like we've been, and we won't say the DJ's name, but we've been in the green room and took a large bottle from a large venue.
Great night.
Yeah, that was a fucking wild night.
That was a great night.
I have a lot of like half drinking club bottles at my house.
Yeah,
I actually did that the other night. I put the bottle in my bag, and like a fucking moron, I put my bag and laid it down in my trunk,
I poured everything.
and the bottle soaked everything in my fucking
Karma?
bag, bro. And I will
Maybe.
never do that again.
Karma.
Literally instant karma.
The other night, I had a white sweatshirt on. I had the bottle up my sweatshirt. I was trying to leave, and then once I got out, it had a flashing light on it.
Oh,
So I'm like-
sir, you're like, the bottle in your pants.
I was, I felt like an idiot. Got away with it though.
Hell yeah.
I'm white.
Moving right along.
I
think we're at an hour and a half, huh?
no, we got an hour 17 minutes. Do you have to work at 9?
10.
Oh, all right. I think we could keep it going for a couple little minutes here. I got something I want to speak on because it's been a long time since I've done this particular thing, which is hooking up with a girl that you struck out with at first. You know,
Going
like
back for
what?
the second time.
What's a better feeling than conquering something that you thought you weren't going to be able to? Because like conquering something where you go into it and you're like, oh, I can do this, and then you get it done, it's like whatever. But like if you fail the first time and then come back with the rebound,
That's like the Mike Jones line, right?
what is it?
Back then, they didn't want me.
Now I'm hot, these hoes on me. I don't know that it has anything to do with me being hot at the moment, because I don't think that that's
Back
applicable.
then you were sober. Now you're drunk and you're all over. See, I got bars. But they'll just cancel me if I ever rap them. I'll give it to Rick Ross.
But it's like in a video game where you can't get past a certain boss, you keep dying to him, and then that day that you fucking really just beat him and get to the next level.
Did she just break up with her boyfriend?
We didn't get that far yet. I didn't ask her
That's
those questions.
strategy. You got to know a little bit of history of strategy real quick.
Please enlighten me.
Back when he was fucking, and the kid fucked. The kid fucked a lot. Because I lived above
In
him.
the past tense.
I heard a lot of fucking. And 9 times out of 10, and that could be a wrong analogy or a wrong ratio, but 9 times out of 10, it was because they had just broke up with their boyfriend, and he was the biggest scumbag in the city, and it was the best way for them to like stick it to the ex.
Yeah.
The rebound guy.
The rebound guy, but like the rebound guy that the last
This is the guy
that
to
your
spite.
boyfriend wants you to fucking even look at.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
Just a fat, you should like a huge beard, fat,
Like not tamed, like just
sloppy as
homeless.
fuck. Like, literally homeless. All of my clothes were from Target. Bro, I missed that.
But you
missed
would
those
fuck
days.
so much like that.
I would.
And then you lost weight and started dressing nicer and yeah, you're just like everybody else. You got to stand out.
This guy dresses like shit. What are you talking about?
Well, you should have seen him before. It was fucking bad. He's going to Shoe Carnival now. Before he was getting them from Walmart's fucking clearance bin.
Should go back to Walmart.
Come on, bro. I was fucking hard. The Hawaiian shirt just open.
Yeah.
Hairy, belly out, titties. You could catch me at Griddle 24 at 4 a.m. every night.
Stuffing face.
Maxing a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Looking for a little piece of something to take home with me.
But it worked.
It only worked, honestly, because I had some clout. Like, that's all it was.
Yeah.
That's all it is. He's the guy with the stickers. Of course, I'll suck the guy's dick with the stickers.
Yeah, I already
Everyone
showed
wants
him my
to suck his
tits. I
dick.
might as well,
Like, it's just what it was. It was literally all it was.
It's a great time. Great time.
Sounds like a movie, the way you guys talk about it.
I mean, it really was.
It was a fucking.
And a lot of it was documented.
ridiculous.
A lot of it was documented. So a lot of these stories, you know, like we talk about, and that some of them are fucking like the girl shitting on the floor. It's on video.
It's
Me getting my dick sucked in the middle of a nightclub at peak hour with, you know, not behind a booth, like stretching out to the crowd. There's videos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is all documented.
There should be a documentary.
It is
I think
well
one day we should
documented.
do, you know, edit these videos and, you know,
Do like
cut
professional interviews, yeah.
do a cut scene and then fucking show the actual video in the corner or something like that. Just so people know we're not just talking out our ass.
Yo, that would go hard as fuck to try to put together.
I mean,
like
you still got all the videos.
I have multiple old phones that definitely have all sorts of crazy shit on them. It just felt like we would wake up and like think of some shit, and then a couple hours later we were doing it. It was done. Like, you know, like some stupid video, let's go fucking chug Don Julio bottles with Fred at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Like
And then it
just
hit and it'd go viral or semi-viral, even at least. And like it was nothing to get, you know, 30,000 views in a day of something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was normal. But then, you know, the Great Reset happens and it's hard to come back from that.
It feels like that shit was all fun. Like we were just having fun. Anybody involved was having fun.
It wasn't about trying to be
Anybody
cool
watching
or
was having
status.
fun. It was literally everything revolved around fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like fun is hard to find these days.
Yeah. And I don't even know that that's just the climate that we're in as far as geographically. I think that's just a sign of the time.
I think it's a sign of the times for sure.
It's unfortunate, but it'll come back
Sure.
around.
It has to come back.
Always does.
Yeah. How do we find fun? Not fun. Fun.
The Strategy and Dolo Show every Friday night is Bottle Blind. That's how you find fun.
You're goddamn right.
Is he going to be there tonight?
He'll be there later. I think he's got something earlier, but Where are you at tonight? Go ahead and plug your spot.
I'm at Sporting Club tonight.
That's lit.
Tomorrow night I'm at Sugar Room opening up for Equal.
Oh, DJ Equal, yeah, it's homie. Every time he's in town, I mean to go see him, and I'm always working. But
he's playing 10 to 2 on Sunday at Toto's.
That's right down the block. I pull up
On Sunday?
Yep.
I'll see him on Sunday. I'm done at 6. Bro, the early shift is fire.
I don't know, man. I did it last week because I had to get to Bell in time. I wasn't feeling it. Maybe because I'm just used to like the transformation set, because it's kind of like that wave dies down a little bit and then it builds back up around 8, and that's like I'm used to. You know, I'm a creature of habit. You know, but it's different. But it is nice for a situation where you have the whole day open. You can
it's the best, bro. You just get it done, and then you got Sunday fun day, and we're back to drinking and smoking. That's a real goddamn Sunday fun day.
Hell yeah.
We're driving to Austin Sunday night.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you guys doing Monday there?
We should. I mean, should we drive on Sunday night? Is it worth it to just spend money on a extra night at an Airbnb?
Probably not.
Like,
do you really want to spend an extra night in Austin?
Nah, this guy hates us. Bro, someone, oh my God, I got the wildest fucking phone call after my gig on in Austin. But someone was like accusing me of hating Austin. And he was like, I listen to your podcast, bro. You hate Austin. Like, all you do is talk shit about it. I'm like, actually, that's crazy, because if you listen to the podcast, you would know that I've never said anything bad about Austin.
I definitely talk shit about Austin.
Hates it.
I've never been there. I just like to like hate on something, especially something that I don't really know, because then it makes it funny.
It's like him with Kendrick.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
it's a good argument.
I'm sure I'll go to Austin and like it, but I just like to talk shit about it.
Yeah, you got to take
right.
a stance. That's what this whole show is based off of, right? Like, you take a stance, and then I either agree or argue, or in back and forth.
Wait, so did that sabotage you? Like they like gunning for you?
It was crazy. It was a crazy phone call. It was ridiculous.
How did he was
like, I mean, this is a homie, and
okay.
Maybe he does watch TBD, I guess, but he was all drunk, and like he was asking me about it, and he was like, he said, "Did you like the music you played?" And I was like, I'm not even sure how to, like, what are you asking?
Right.
And he was like, did you have fun? Did you enjoy the music that you played? And I was like, well, I played the YMCA, so probably not. And I was joking, obviously, and I just got nothing, like dead silence.
He was mad.
He was pissed.
He was big mad. Was this the guy who booked you?
Sort of, maybe. I don't know, but it was a fun.
I heard good reports, and I
no, yeah, but I think it all stemmed from him thinking that I hate Austin, and then asking me like, "Oh, did you have fun in Austin? Did you have fun in the place that you hate so much?" And it is like, it's all misconstrued.
I think people, like, from an outside perspective, see you as just like a hip hop DJ, but I mean, like, we're throwing a house music night every week.
Yeah.
You know, so he's probably like, "Oh, like, you like house music now?" It's like,
are you guys at liberty to talk about that for a second?
Oh yeah, mixed signals.
Yeah.
What's the current state? Where do you guys want to take it? What's the next plan for mixed signals? Because it's not done, right?
It's definitely not done. I think once a month. You know, Radon has always been a proponent of the once a month thing. He's always argued that, and I wanted to do weekly because the reason for even starting it was just like it has nothing to do with money.
I know, I'm just kidding.
It was the fact that I was just in these fucking nightclubs, and I hated going to work every night. I wanted one night where I could just go and have fun with the homies and play cool music and fuck around and whatever. And that's what it was in the beginning. And then when Totos wanted us to do it there when they were opening, it was like, all right, should we get the bag and, like, you know, expand the brand and move this party here and all that shit? I think we fucked up by doing that, because in hindsight, taking it out of the fun environment and bringing it to Washington Avenue is kind of the opposite of what it was even originally. Yeah, selling your soul essentially type thing. So it didn't feel great.
I have a different perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear it.
At the office, it the beginning was fantastic, but then it did like the last couple where it was just us, you know.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, so at first it was outgrowing it because when I went through, it was buzzing, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that you overextended it by doing it every week, and then shifted the momentum into a nightclub, and that kind of brought
The first few weeks at the nightclub were great too.
because it shows growth.
Yeah.
People love to see that.
Yeah.
Because even if they didn't want to go every week to the office, they're like, okay, it's growing to a nightclub.
It's a new
I
thing.
can be
Let's
in
go
a
see the
nightclub.
new thing.
Yeah.
You know,
So maybe taking it on the road a little bit would be a good thing.
it's gonna be a good experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think once a month will definitely help. I just it you know, they're like, play some hip hop. Can you just do 10 minutes of hip hop? I'm like,
Yeah.
it's
This
the
table
same
wants
old
to hear
story
this.
from any nightclub. Is
Yeah.
like, at the end of the day, if someone's spending the money, they gotta bend the rules, and like something that you're trying to keep out of the realm of this club atmosphere, or like not even club atmosphere, but like this creative thing where you just want to do whatever the fuck you want to do, right?
And that's kind of what makes it great, right? And but then when you have to play to that certain person who maybe didn't come for that party, that kind of washes it out. And then your diehard fans are like, well, this isn't what we wanted from from Mixed Signals.
It just doesn't. It's like, how's anything gonna work if not everybody's on the same page, kind of thing? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
and we definitely should have thought about that from the jump, which we did. But it's a good lesson.
It's a learning experience.
It's definitely learning. And who knows, the once a month thing could be way better. You know, I wanted to do weekly because that's just the vision that I had. But maybe the wave is the once a month.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
People
When, do
get,
you guys have a date for the next party?
not yet.
Let me know. We'll plug it on the show.
Yeah, we got to.
Two
we got
listeners we have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to them.
Hell yeah. Nah, bro, we're fucking rocking. We're fucking rocking and rolling, baby.
Yeah.
Getting some YouTube buzz.
I try not to pay attention to any of that.
I'm doing a lot of shorts. Everyone says that YouTube shorts is like the new shit. It's
So how
the
does
new
that work?
TikTok.
Is it
It's this and that.
Just like reels.
It's
They
a
have like a
yeah.
timeline, like a
Yeah.
Or
For
not
the
timeline,
mobile.
or
For the mobile.
stories?
It's
Okay.
it's just like TikTok, just like Reels. It's their
They're
little
getting
version
reach.
of it.
So they're gonna pump it up because it's new.
They're pumping it up. Yeah.
Smart. Have we got any good haters yet? Because I miss seeing those. You know what I'm saying? The people in the comments are like, "This is fucking degrading women. I can't stand it." Or you guys talk about penises way too much. And any of that stuff.
That's gonna be when I comment. That's definitely one of it.
Thank you. I need that. I need that. It fuels my fire.
No, I think it's hard. You have to like anyone who's commenting on the YouTube
Already knows it.
is like someone who's subscribed and is actually enjoying what's going on. I think maybe if like one of the clips went viral or something,
Yeah.
and then it reached a ton of people, and then a lot of people that don't.
When we talked about pronouns,
necessarily.
we got a little bit of that.
Yeah, I remember on Instagram someone was upset. There was a couple coronavirus clips people were upset about.
I love it.
But I mean, that's what you're doing. That's literally what you make the clip for. It's shocking. You're trying to get something out of somebody, whether it's a positive or a negative comment. You got the comment. That's what you want. You're trying to ignite the algorithm.
I mean, that's why people like Whack 100 just fucking troll constantly.
Yeah.
And everyone hates him, but they comment that they hate him. So he'll hopefully read it. But he's not going to read through the 3,000 comments of hate that he knows he has. He's just going to keep posting it out there because it fucking gets the numbers up. So
Hell
shout
yeah,
out to all the
brother.
haters out there. We love you for fucking boosting our numbers.
Do you want to say hi to your girlfriend? I only ask you that because I asked Raid on the same thing before we ended. I feel like it's a nice thing. People like to do shout outs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell her you love her and you'll see her. when you get home.
I'll see you soon.
You guys aren't on at the L word yet?
No.
Oh, this is way too early.
She left her toothbrush in my house.
Oh, she's nesting. She's nesting.
She's nesting.
I saw it, I was like,
Uh-huh. She just wants to make sure there's no other bitches to see that.
I respect
also
that.
marking
I
territory.
respect that.
You know, and that happened to me a few times. But here's the thing. I was always too stupid to realize it. I just think it was like my son's toothbrush or something. I'd be like, where the fuck does
Throw
he
it
have a
away.
pink toothbrush? Whatever. And then when I did start getting serious with my current wife, you know, I call her my wife, she's my girlfriend, but my wife. She found all these things. panties under the bed, fucking you name it, lotions, you know what I'm saying, like perfumes, like just that have been collected over the last year. You have me, you know, being a fucking dog, and then she finds them all, and luckily she's cool as fuck and knows that I'm a retard because there was dust on top of the panties. But yeah.
What's better than a dusty pair of panties you pull out from under the bed when
like,
you're
what the
cleaning?
fuck are these? I was like, I don't know, but put them back. I need those.
What's better than that?
Like that was really what saved me, was the cake dust on top of the
Takes you down memory lane for a second.
like,
You're
let me
"Wait a
smell
minute,
those?"
Whose are
yes,
whose
I
are
do
these?
remember.
Then you start thinking about the night.
I still
nice.
had no clue whose panties they were, but you know, whatever.
That's nice. I'm trying to find some dusty panties in my crib when I go back home to Chicago.
I'm sure there are.
I hope there are.
I booked that hotel. I gotta change the dates.
You going to Chicago?
It's a long story, but yeah, I'd love to go soon.
Honeymoon with the wife?
Yeah, why don't you bring her, bro?
Windy City.
Show her the Sears Tower. They say the
You
best
take her to Kris Kringle
I'd
Market?
rather take her to Lake Tahoe.
That'd be better.
to meet the parents.
Oh.
No, I'll skip that.
Wait, isn't Lake Tahoe?
Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe, isn't that like your hood?
That's where I'm from. Yeah,
All right.
but it's a little like I've gone to Tahoe and not seen my parents many times.
It's a big lake.
Yeah.
You can get around.
Oh yeah.
Big Lake.
Casinos.
But then don't put it on your time or on your story because then mom sees you. She's gonna be like, what the fuck? You came home?
She understands.
Oh, okay. That's cool. She's understanding.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Episode 70, quite the doozy. Lot of clippable content. A lot of good material. I'm excited to go through this one. Hopefully it's not choppy like the Radon episode. I did do some troubleshooting before.
There was issues with that?
There was a couple.
You don't
issues.
watch the clips?
No.
This guy doesn't. He's on Black Twitter. He doesn't really fuck with Jew
Here's
Twitter.
my thing. I watch the clips, but like, because I'm on every week, right? I kind of try to detach myself. That way, because I'm also an overthinker.
Yeah.
So if I like thought about, like, we used to do a lot of content together, and I would like overthink and I'm overanalyzing. I'm like, well, if we did this, we should try this and this. If I just come on here and just fucking spit it,
It's better, yeah.
and walk away, and you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I like that. You were spitting today.
You like that? You heard that bar about over.
That was
My boy's spitting.
One day.
yeah, come right. Give me some. We'll buy some lyrics
All right.
if they're good.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
can't
gotta come
guarantee
to the
that.
studio, bro. We gotta make a
I want to
beat.
come again. I've actually, since the last time I went there, I've been back in my producer bag trying to, you know, knock the dust off and
You're
start making some more beats again.
Cooking something up.
It feels good to have someone that knows how to shape it to make it sound better. Not, well, that sounds bad. Someone who can, make it sound better on like a larger system, because I don't have the capability to do a proper mix down.
I wish I had that.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Well, you
yeah,
are that.
No, I know, but I wish I had that. Like,
Yeah,
I was
before.
like, yeah, it would have made everything better.
Because like sometimes like that takes you out of that creative space, is like when you like overanalyze a kick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas if you hear something and it's like, okay, I know what needs to be done to this, you know what I'm saying? It's a different approach. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and it's usually not the kick. It's usually just how it's mixed.
I was just using that as an example, but
No, but I used to think, I'm like, man, I need the perfect snare.
yeah,
It's like, no, the snare you have is fine. Just make it perfect.
yeah, or even like mixing it down. Like I think a lot of times I have a problem with like making the snare too like relevant, and then I listen to a lot of rap music, and I'll listen. I'll be like, a lot of like the great music, and like the snares are not even overpowering. Like, yeah, they have a punch to them, but like if it was just a bam, bam in your face the whole time, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? It's not pleasant to the ear, but like they're not as profound as, you know, sometimes I make them. I think also vocals fill in that gap, but
Yeah.
that's another story.
Now, do you produce with your earplugs in?
No, I'm on the laptop. It's not that loud. I can
Okay.
handle it.
Because you told me last night that if somebody claps too loud
Yeah.
near you,
It gives me like a tinging reverb in my ears. It's not good. I'm
My
going
worst
through.
nightmare.
Yeah, it's real. It's been a lot of years of blasting music so loud in my lowrider that people can hear me from like a mile away, and being in nightclubs fucking 7 nights a week for 20 years will do it.
yeah, and then I don't know if you remember this, but last night you go, and yeah, I'm not gonna stop DJing, so fuck it.
That's
and
the
I'm
truth.
definitely not gonna stop low riding, so
Yeah,
fuck it.
that's the truth. What am I gonna do? Change now at fucking 37? Nah, write it out.
36 years of doing dirt like it was Earth Day.
And obviously I'm now wearing the earplugs all the time, but I'm finding the more research I do that's irreversible, so that kind of sucks. But
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
And those are the ears that I would expect somebody to think that Kendrick Lamar was lyrically the GOAT.
Jesus Christ. Can we wrap this thing up?
I'm just saying, like,
We're gonna take him to Austin and make you listen to Kendrick.
Oh, the
On the
whole
way.
Ray. Okay, that'll
I'll
get
do
me to
that.
Austin.
I'll listen to the album on the way to Austin.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's the perfect
We have
way
to listen
end
to it
this.
front to back. You have to smoke a joint while you do it.
Oh, God, it
Just
sounds
experience.
incredible.
And then when I
Music
get there, they're
sucks
going to
without
fucking
weed.
crucify me.
How do you even enjoy music? You don't smoke weed. What's wrong with you?
I do remember when I used to smoke weed, the music sounded a lot more profound.
It like takes you, it grabs you.
That's
and
why I
it
used to
brings
love-
you to where the artist was trying to bring you to.
Yeah, I used to love Dre beats when I was high because he puts all them little like
Yeah, those
sounds in
little
there.
crazy-
You never hear them when you're sober, but when you're high, you're like, that's fucking dope.
It's like looking. It feels like you're inside of it. Like I'm in a huge room and I can like just see these noises come past me when they hit. You know.
LSD does that too.
Drugs for sure. Nice speakers as well.
So any child who is watching this who wants to be the president now is going to be a criminal who steals from stores, steals music, and smokes weed and does acid.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have put that out there, but it's a good technique.
The
Somebody's
old
gonna pick it
bait
up
and switch on the receipt.
The buy one get one, yeah.
The old BOGO. Now how much harder would it have gone if you then returned the original TV that you bought?
I was
and
just gonna
had
say
the free one, didn't have to spend any money.
I remember the crackheads.
But
used to
I
do
sold it that night.
Oh,
it was
okay.
essentially
So you
the
got
same
the TV
thing.
and
I got a
got
TV
money.
and cash.
Back
Okay.
in the day, that was a big crackhead thing with the hardware stores. They would go in and steal like a really expensive tool. You know, this was, I mean, they were locked up in certain instances, but back then it was a lot easier to access them. And they would steal tools and they would go to different Lowe's and sell them, and then take the money and buy drugs.
Fire.
Lowe's return policy is very flexible.
Yeah.
One time, me and Georgie really wanted to feel what it felt like to be like a degenerate gambler who would need to pawn something to
What?
gamble with that money.
Was this after you watched that Adam Sandler movie or what?
It was after. Well, this was long before that movie was made, but we were watching a lot of Hardcore Pawn at the time. Do you remember that show? In
I remember
Detroit,
pawn stores.
it was based out of
It
Detroit.
was scripted, but I remember.
It was definitely scripted. It had the old
Great.
Jewish guy with the fucking skullet, the gray skullet. And most of their clientele was people that were like coming in and giving their ring up and saying that they were going to go to the casino, and they'd tell the person, I'm going to go make this money. I'm going to go double this money, come back, get my ring, and be able to pay my rent.
So
Because
you
that's
guys-
just how
what did you
life
pawn?
works. So we went, I think I pawned like my old calculator from high school, you know, the big joint.
How much they give you? $5?
A couple bucks. I mean, listen, I don't got
All right,
fucking, you know, a gold chain to pawn.
How old were you?
We were probably 21.
Okay.
It's just old enough to get in the casino.
I just wanted that feeling a little
Did
bit.
you
like
double
like
up the money at
But
the
it
casino?
I lost it.
Okay.
It can't feel that way unless you actually need
Right.
it.
Yeah.
You
well,
really
yeah.
need that.
You
that-
really need to be able to hit on the
You got to
11th
pay the bill
your
the next
rent.
day. Yeah. That's the worst because I've been there. You know, and that's why part of the reason why I don't gamble a lot is because back in the day when I was doing sales, like cold call sales off the truck, we would get cash daily, and we'd always end up in the boat 3 fucking times a week. And a lot of those times, I came out broke, and it's
Yeah.
a fucking shitty feeling, especially when you got bills to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Voiced.
So, yeah, but you know, now they have sports betting, and it's like the coolest thing. Everybody's parlay. I don't even know what the fuck a parlay is, to be honest with you. But it's
Yeah.
all anybody's fucking talking about, and I'm seeing way too many memes about it. I'm about to unfollow all these fucking pages because I feel like it's propaganda. They're serving me to try and make me become a gambling
He's pissed.
head.
Yeah, they don't want you to smoke weed or do mushrooms, but they definitely want you to drink a lot of alcohol and definitely gamble.
And
And-
smoke these.
Pharmaceuticals. There's so many pharmaceutical
Oh
commercials.
yeah,
Pharmaceuticals.
that's a
as
whole
well.
nother story.
Yeah,
That's a
we're going
fucking.
too
It's a
deep.
whole nother pod. That's a tin hat pod.
We haven't put on a tin hat all day, huh?
We should like when Rogan and Duncan Trussell do a podcast, they dress up in like stupid ass outfits and like get real fucking weird.
we
We
could
should
do
do
that.
some shit like that.
Maybe like an
Remember how
aluminum
much fun it
foil
would
suit?
be to have like a costume for the show? You get into like a
sure.
little character.
Change the lighting.
Our
Change the
Halloween
lighting.
are some of my favorite ones.
Yeah. The eggnog, shots for shares.
The fucking the girl with the big titties dressed as a witch with the
Yeah, it's
thing. We would just pour more and more alcohol into it, and we had to drink it. It was great.
so fucking fun.
Try ice. Made
Let's
a nice
go have some fun tonight. I'm ready, bro. I'm fucking reinvigorated on life. Mainly life with alcohol.
He's high.
And weed. But sometimes you just need those things. Listen, you're
No
stuck.
Kickstarter.
If you're stuck in a shit place, you just need some substances to lighten it up a bit.
I mean, that's typically how addiction starts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not, grounded in nothing. There's some validity to what you're saying.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll find out. This is episode 70. I think maybe we bookmark this, and then I think on episode 140, we come back and we see how it played out. You know what I'm saying?
Alcoholism?
Well, to see if the addiction really.
I can tell you it's already here on
Flourished.
me. So no need to wait 70 episodes, but who knows?
Yeah. Maybe you'll be sober by then.
Maybe. Yeah. And I was smoking that fucking robotic dick. What was wrong with me? Hopefully I'll lose weight by then.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hopefully.
Let's go, Strohs!
There goes the ringing.
Sorry. All right, come on. Oh, my bad.